careful, you'll
Who
your
does
face.
number 2 work for?
Live from Rob's toilet.
What's up? I missed you guys. We haven't. All three of us haven't been on an episode for a minute.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, right.
It
I
has
was like
been.
backtracking, like what, it's like, hey,
Yeah,
been too
I mean,
long.
we changed up our schedule, so now we're every other Sunday.
Mhm.
So yeah. So
It's
and then
been,
last Sunday
yeah,
had to cancel.
Mhm.
Stupid hurricane.
Mhm.
Speaking of said hurricane, to anybody
Mhm.
who may be watching, if you're in an impacted area,
Mhm.
you are in our thoughts, and yeah,
Mhm.
because it's pretty sad.
yeah.
Mhm.
I hope you get the help real soon, and
Absolutely.
help each other out if you can. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Grover, what did you do this weekend? You had some fun.
Well, yes, I'll say I had fun. I'm paying for it today,
Yeah.
but um, yesterday, me and a few friends took a trip to Shiner, Texas. And if you're not
Nice.
familiar where Shiner, Texas is, it's basically it's the capital of Shiner beer. It's where they have their brewery, distillery. It was one of my best friend's birthdays, so it was actually a surprise that his girlfriend got him, and she invited all his the brothers' wives. So it was a nice, close family, good friend get together. So
That's
uh,
awesome.
not a bad drive from San Antonio, maybe 88 miles, not too bad. Um, Driving there was fun, and coming back was a challenge.
Oh, I'm sure.
But it was just tiring. Even though it's our pretty much our cold front in the low 90s, where it's a little bit under the tent. But now if I can recommend anything, if you love your beer or just curious about, go to a tour and you can see how the beer is made, how it's packaged, what goes into it, the history. It's actually pretty interesting there, So yeah, so I did that, and then that wasn't the last thing. After the hour and a half drive back, my sister had a birthday party at a club.
Nice.
So I knew if I laid my ass on the couch for 5 minutes, I wasn't going nowhere. So took a shower, tried to look pretty, and head out to the club and stayed there till maybe about 1 o'clock.
Oof.
It was a fun day, exhausting, and I drank too much. But I'm alive.
That's
And
awesome.
no one got hurt. So that was the best thing.
So, Grover, tell me about Shinerbach, right?
Right.
So, I have had, I guess, Shinerbach, whatever the original. Do they have other? Yeah. Do they have other beers other than Shinerbach itself? Like, is there like a wheat beer, an IPA?
They have maybe 10 different beers, and then there are some seasonal.
Yeah.
They do have 2 IPAs that they created. My favorite, I used to like Shiner. I ain't gonna lie, I kind of strayed away from it. But their favorite one is called Shiner Cheer, which is kind of a seasonal Christmas beer, but they have it now, I guess. But it has peaches and some sort of nuts kind of mixed into the beer. So to me, it's a good fresh taste of a beer. But they got light beers, your cerveza style Mexico beers and
Cervezas, yes.
cervezas, yeah.
Yes.
And then they started making liquor. So I'm real curious. So they got vodka, gin, moonshine, and brandy. So my curiosity is pretty big when those come into the market.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, but no, I thought it was going to be a huge place, but it's really just compact, and they bottle like 50,000 bottles an hour, I think, so.
Wow.
And they do good charity work. I know I sound like an ambassador for China because drank so much beer, they probably have nano machines kind of programming me to be an advertisement, but they're helping with the hurricane, they're sending big kegs of water where they can and sending money and all that. So they're real charitable, and I respect that. And of course, they always help the troops there. So
Absolutely.
yeah, so it's an awesome beer company, one of the few still independent, and it was one of the first run by a woman. So
I love it.
So yeah, when the owner passed away, his daughter took over. So she was one of the very first to own a beer distillery or brewery. So
That's
that's
awesome.
a little history there. So yeah,
Get women into beer. That's
exactly.
what
I'm
I
here
always
for
say. I have converted one woman into beer, and that was yes. I am. So I asked if they had other offerings or variations. I suppose. The reason I asked that is I have had Shinerbach before, and I have to admit to you, I'm not really that big a fan of our traditional American style lagers. Like, it's just not my jam. With a few exceptions. Now, if you fucking invite me over and say, "Hey, Rob, you want a beer? I've got PBR." The answer is yes, please, and thank you every time. Right?
all the time.
Yeah, all the time because it's free beer, right? But if I'm going to, Publix or wherever to buy beer, I'm probably not going to get Coors or.
I hear you.
Yeah.
My favorite beer, they still make fun of it, me, because it's still an American beer, but I love Bud Ice.
No.
Bud Ice.
It's like
It's one of the few beers that still come in a 40, so you can pour a little out for the homies.
Yeah.
A little bit. I'm drinking the whole thing.
Do you also buy ketchup instead of barbecue sauce? To me, buying American lager beer is the equivalent of buying ketchup instead of barbecue sauce. Like, there's better shit out there, man.
Yeah.
No, but I'm glad that you like it. You like it. That's all. I'm legitimately not taking the piss out of this.
But the favorite one I drink is like Stella Artois. Is that
okay?
That's
How
my
did that go?
Stella Artois.
Stella Artois. It's a. I don't know if it is actually French. I think
it's Belgium.
Belgium. Okay. Yeah. There you go. But yeah, so I'm glad to hear that they're branching out. I had no idea that they had liquor or brandy or what was the other one that you said?
They're having vodka, gin, moonshine, and brandy.
Moonshine.
And whiskey and next year.
Whiskey. Hey, there you go. Now you got my attention.
Yeah.
Now we're talking whiskey. Yeah. Yes. I like the whiskeys. Big fan of whiskeys. Yeah.
Vodka is my thing.
Okay.
That's all I had at the clubs was vodka, and of course,
which brings me to my next question. Actually, so when you say a club, like, was it a bar or was it really a club?
Well, it was this bar. Well, I call it a bar because it's called Pix Bar. They have bar name, but they have live music, and it's more cover bands, tribute bands. But most of the nights they have a live band for karaoke.
Okay.
So the band that does it knows like 400 to 500 songs. They're awesome musicians. They know everything. So you go on stage and you got a live band behind you. No hit play. So it's pretty neat. That's usually what they do, but like I guess on the weekends it's more of a party atmosphere. Like this cover band was doing more like late 90s, early 2000s emo, which is not really my biggest thing.
Yeah, not really.
They did Backstreet Boys and all the
no.
Yeah,
come on, man.
But they had a singer that had this really high registered voice, like he was soprano, and so he would sing the songs with a female lead vocal, and then the other guys would sing more of the male lead vocal. So if you weren't looking at the band, you would think there's a female on stage. You're badass, for what he was doing. No, you pitch, tone, dude could sing. So I'm not trying to make fun of him or anything.
How many
Definitely.
Evanescence covers did they do?
Oh, I think he did one actually.
Yeah.
Well, you nailed it pretty much. And then when the band stopped, they had some house music going on, like boom, boom, boom. Yeah. So it was pretty cool, man.
Cool.
I spent so much freaking money. I'm gonna have to.
Yeah. Bro, fucking going out is getting goddamn expensive. It's getting too fucking expensive. And whenever I can go and buy a bottle of, scotch or whatever for $35 fucking dollars and get fucked up at home, but then whenever you go to the bar, you spend $60 and you're kind of
My tab was 80.
Yeah.
And
That's crazy.
and I didn't think I ordered a lot either. And it's like, you don't think you did, right?
Yeah.
So 4 vodkas, 3 beers, and
I will say this weekend, I think I had the most interesting drink I've ever had.
Oh, what's that?
Water.
Besides that, that would shock my
I hope
liver.
so.
Yeah.
My liver would be like, "What's this?"
Hey,
I'm not used
speaking
to
of water, cheers, guys.
Look at you.
Cheers.
Water.
Cheers. I like it.
My empty vodka.
So the drink I had was an Outback drink, and it was a vodka, but it was a vodka blueberry Sprite lavender drink. Right, that's what I said. So I asked the waitress, I was like, I need something big and strong. And she's like, do you want like strong or do you want like size? I said, both. I've had a hell of a week. Give me the biggest drink you got, the strongest drink you got. She's like, you might like this new cocktail that we have. It's, lavender, whatever. And I'm like, okay, that sounds weird and interesting. So when they bring it out, I don't think if I showed you the picture of it, I don't think you'd be able to see it on here, but it was literally, see if you can see it. Nope.
Stones 2. There you go.
I'll have to send it to you guys. I'll
Okay.
post it, but it literally was. It's like a pinkish color. They brought it out. It had a dried orange slice and literally a twig of lavender sitting in the drink. And it actually wasn't bad, but you know what lavender smells like. There was a slight taste of what lavender smells like, if that makes sense, in the drink. And it was actually it wasn't bad, but it was definitely weird because I never thought that I could taste what lavender
Sounds
smells
like they put some potpourri or bathroom spray in the drink. Just a quick.
Almost, yeah. It was crazy. I mean, it was pretty, I guess, but I was like,
almost sounds like a martini in a glass that they made you.
It was a cocktail.
Yeah.
I'm looking up the Outback menu right now. Specialty cocktails. There we go. Okie dokie. There's the Kangaroo Crush.
I tried to find it too. That's what I was just looking for, but I couldn't find it online. Yeah. It's a signature cocktail.
One of excuse me. One of the weirdest cocktails that I've had recently, Jade, which was at Liberty Bar. Is at Liberty Bar. Okay. It was a cocktail called Cigarettes and Coffee.
Yeah.
Cigarettes and coffee, like, I'm a former smoker myself, and I love coffee. It's like, well, this could be bad. This could be really bad. It was fucking great. It was weird. What did it taste like? It tastes like cigarettes and coffee. Mm-hmm. It had that smoky.
Yeah.
That smokiness to it, but it didn't taste like, an ashtray. Not.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Not really. Almost.
It's almost perfected.
Yeah.
I know people who have tried it and have said the same thing, but my thing is I can't get behind coffee. I can't do that.
Yeah, that's right. You're not a coffee drinker. I forgot.
I can't. I can't do the coffee.
Shame. Shame.
I will tell you, I tried coffee like
Yeah.
2 weeks ago. I went to Starbucks, got
Okay.
wild hair up my ass, was like, you know what, let's go to Starbucks. And I had a couple new hire classes that was like, you should try this drink. And I'm like, great. They lied to me. It tasted like ugh. And they're
What did
like,
you
it won't
get?
taste oh shit. It was a white chocolate
Oh, that's
white
where you fucked up right there.
yeah. They told me to get a iced white chocolate vanilla, not
Frappuccino,
vanilla. It wasn't a frappuccino.
vanilla bean,
Shit, white
Littering,
chocolate,
littering.
light espresso, the lighter espresso.
Yeah.
White chocolate lighter espresso, mocha,
Jesus Christ.
something. Yeah, I don't know. And it did not taste like what they told me it would taste like. It tasted like coffee, and it was disgusting. But I forced myself to drink half of it
Yeah.
just because I was like, this was a $6 drink,
Yeah,
and
yeah, you
I'm
paid
going
for it. You gotta drink it.
right. So
Absolutely.
I forced myself, and I regretted every single second of it. It was so bad.
I like
It
iced
was so bad.
coffee. I can get down with
Zero,
iced coffee.
0 out of 10. Do not recommend.
But I like anything vanilla as far as flavored for coffee or any of those things like that. But
I get that.
I have gotten to where I don't even brew coffee anymore. I just buy the big fucking bottles of cold brew from Publix, and
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
like just the cold brew, unsweetened, and a little bit of creamer. Hey babe, what's the name of that?
Chobani.
Chobani.
There you go. My mom gets the monster coffees that are caramel.
Yeah.
Caramel coffees, monsters. She gets those, and she loves them. But she also likes the taste of coffee because she's weird. So
I was raised on coffee as a kid. It was in my bottle.
No, it wasn't. Tell me you're kidding. No.
Seriously. That's why I don't think caffeine affects me as much as other people. Because no, it was like before I started going to kindergarten or elementary school, my parents would drop me off at my grandparents, and it would be the time where they're drinking their coffee and what do you want for breakfast? So they put coffee in my bottle, and I always get sugar with milk in it. It was sweet, I guess, and then my scrambled egg with ketchup, not barbecue sauce. There,
Yeah.
yeah.
You get a pass on that one.
Okay, then. So that's I was pretty much raised on just your basic coffee.
Wow. I think I was a teenager before I first had coffee.
I'm not even going to say how old I was when I first tried coffee.
Ooh,
Wow.
yeah, let's hear it. 20s?
Yeah,
20s? Yeah.
low 20s. I was actually 20, 21 when I first
So you
had my first
you
cup of
had Mad Dog 2020 before you had coffee, huh?
Yes.
Coffee flavored Mad Dog.
I had whiskey in my bottle because that's just how I was raised, I guess. Hey, we have Dylan. He said,
Dylan.
"Oh, my fellow heathen."
Yes.
So
We
for
did
those
that.
of you guys who may or may not have tuned in the last time we were live, Rob and I had a little fun of fact or fiction.
Oh, that was fun.
That was. I'm gonna get like a whole list together, and I want both of you guys to participate in said fact or fiction. But it was a lot of fun.
All right. Let me do over the top.
There you go.
Ready for it.
So this time around, however, I did find a couple of videos of music fails. So we have some famous, some not famous ones. But you guys want to see the first little compilation?
Let's do it. Hey, let's pause each one and talk about them.
Oh, we are.
Okay.
That's the plan.
Do it.
Here we go. First one.
Oh no.
I'm all right.
That
How
was the
can you-
best one. I'm all
How
right.
can you not see well, no, I don't blame him. That was very bad lighting.
Yes.
You know, that's like, yeah, I don't blame him on that one. But that sucked.
There was a show that Dave Grohl fell off the fucking stage and broke his leg.
Yeah.
And like they took a few minute break to get him taken care of and put him on a chair, and he finished out the show.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's so funny because when it comes to falling off stage, there's actually a lot of times that bands were live and they just went whoop too much to the left.
Yeah.
So
That
was one.
What's up with those violinists? Like, I've never played violin before.
So
right?
Yeah. So being the band geek, we had the band room and then the orchestra room was right next door. So I swear it was like every semester from freshman year to senior year, you would hear and you're like, oh, another bone broke, because you just knew like
I was in orchestra.
You were?
Yeah, I played viola. It's just either the tension on the bow when they turn it was just bad. They needed basically a new bow, because then that would all fall, or they were just beating the, like, I'm just doing a guitar while I'm doing a violin. Sorry, or they just beat the shit out of that bow. Because that violinist was very good. And
Agreed.
just faulty equipment. Sometimes that shit happens when they're.
I think what killed me was the drummer, and then at the end you hear the mom go, ah!
That
was great.
Continue to video record, even though
Yeah.
you go, "What's wrong, honey?" It's like,
Right. We want to see
what
what
the
happened.
glass out of his head.
Right. We want to see what happened. So that was one compilation. So real quick, Dylan says, I love that. And he said when he spilled beer all over the pot. All right, so that was the first. So here is probably one of the saddest things, but when a stage dive goes wrong. They just dropped him. There you go.
He just gave up.
I think he did. He tried forever. He's like, okay, come on, we got this. Like, this is what we're doing. Come on.
And for the first 10 seconds, when no one gave a shit about him,
that was your sign.
That was your sign that you're not a female in your 20s. And
the best was when he was like, okay, well, I'm just going to jump where the people were standing. And so he did. And the dude held him up and just went and just dropped him.
There was something, I wonder if either of you caught. He was wearing a suicidal tendencies hat.
I saw that.
Yeah, I saw that. Dylan said my man should have kicked his ass.
And that's why you don't get on stage.
Yeah.
Unless you're invited on stage, which that shit does happen.
Sure.
If you're not invited on stage, stay the fuck off stage, please.
Mm-hmm.
So that's got to be like a pet peeve. Like being a musician, being on stage, and you're trying to do your show, you're trying to amp up, the crowd and get everybody into it. So I know that there's some bands that don't care, but I can see how bands would be annoyed by just some rando showing up on stage and being like, woo, and being
it's like nobody paid money to see you.
Right. That's I see your point there. I guess my band wouldn't give a shit if someone got on stage but we don't have that music energy with that. We don't play that style of music. So it would be really weird for someone to get on the stage and try to surf art while we're playing, because like, you know, we don't try to put out that vibe on there. But I've seen where they just will run. They don't even wait. They'll just make a
Right.
beeline to the.
Yep, just like
Yeah.
Dylan said, gotta be quick if you're surfing. If you take your time like that guy, I'm gonna put my foot in the ass.
Exactly.
Right.
One of my favorite moments here in Tallahassee, Jade, you know, I'm getting ready to talk about, was whenever your boy got on stage with Thunder the Snake and was kind of dancing with Mason. The two Masons were dancing
Hmm.
on stage. That was one of the coolest damn moments I have ever seen.
Yeah, Mason's a ham. If you give Mason the opportunity to get on stage, he'll do it. So he's what's funny is he's shy about it, so he'll stand there and just kind of be like, you know, yeah, this is cool, and he'll
But he
headbang
was
or
getting
whatever.
into it and kind
He
of
was.
dancing, and yeah, it was really, really cool.
Then again, when you have the other Mason out there, it's kind of hard to not feed off of his energy. So
His energy is infectious.
100%, 100% agree. You're absolutely right. So yeah, I could see. I can see why
And
Mason just kind of like loosened up a little bit.
and it's cool because, like you said, your Mason. I'm not saying he's exactly totally. He's not a fucking mute, but he is kind of a quiet guy
He is.
for
He is.
now, anyways.
Yeah, for now. And that I can already tell that's going to change. He's got these one-liners that crack me up. Like, what was it the other day? There was one time we went to Smashburger and he wanted a Fanta and he took a sip and made this face and he went, "That's not a Fanta, that's an Anta." And he put it in his drink, and I was like, "Oh, what?" Like he just comes up with like the weirdest stuff, but it's like in the moment and it makes sense and then you're like, "Okay, that was pretty funny." So, he's getting there. He's getting there. I don't think that he's going to be that quiet, shy kid for long. So,
No. Wait till he finds girls. If he hasn't already. Oops.
you try to make me go to jail because that's how I'm gonna go to jail. Because try
It'll
me.
be a different type of stage diving. Mama Jade, you talking to my boy?
Isaiah's already scared to tell me when he's got a girlfriend. He don't want to mention it to me. And if he does, he'll like fill me out and see if I'm in a good mood first. And if I am, then he'll kind of like slowly be like, "Hey, so mom, my girlfriend." I'm like, "You're what?"
What?
But if he comes
Hey,
at me,
Mom.
yeah,
How you feeling? How's your day going?
definitely. And I can always tell when Isaiah's strategic. He's strategic. So when I know that he wants to tell me something that I may or may not approve of and he's unsure about it, he'll come in and hang out with me and be like that little kid that, used to want to cuddle and hang out with mom and be, "I want to hang out with mom today." Be that kid, which he's not anymore. He's 17, he's almost 18. So now it's, I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna sit with mom and I'm gonna crack jokes. I'm gonna show her funny TikToks. And I'm gonna get her laughing and I'm gonna ask her about stuff. Talk to her about college. And, he's like, when she's all buttered up and stuff, he's like, then I'm like, he's strategic about it. I see what he's doing because been there, played that game, done that, but
And by the way, Mom, I kind of got pulled over yesterday.
I'm waiting for it. If he does, I'm gonna be like, well, how fast are you going?
I
The point is to outrun.
I remember when I got my first ticket, I was scared shitless to tell my parents.
Yeah.
I thought I was in the neighborhood picking up my sister from school. I was in high school and she was in middle school. And I was going 30 in a residential, but being a newbie driver, I forgot all about the school zone.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we're on that, and I got like, what the hell did I do? And it was like, I was like, that cop didn't give me any leeway. Back then I had a Naughty by Nature cassette in there, still playing OPP. I remember the day, like I was in my 85 Blazer, but see, my dad was a peace officer. with the sheriff's department. So that kind of, to me, made it worse.
Oh.
Like, when they're like, how can I? It's a I broke the law. It was like, but like, just give it to me. Yeah, like he pulled his magic, and it was like, so that was. I ain't gonna lie, I took advantage of that once or twice.
I get
In
that.
jury duty.
That's
So,
too funny.
I guess I was a lucky kid who had someone in the profession, I guess you can say, on there. So
Makes
but
sense.
but my dad wouldn't whip me. My mom would whip my ass. I'm afraid for your sons. You whoop their ass. So, but yeah, good times. Getting whooped by my mom, right?
That's how it always works. It's always the mom.
Stop.
Always the mom. not the hands and the.
Then she.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have another fail video. Now, I don't know. I feel a certain way about this, and I think it's because back when this person started getting big, it was 100% people could see through her bullshit, and so they're like, "Oh, it's her." You know, like you could tell she has the famous sister, and she's trying to do her own thing, and it was like Avril Lavigne 2.0 is what she was trying to be or something. I cannot stand this next one, but everybody's familiar with this one. So here is the next fail clip.
On a Monday, I am waiting. Tuesday, I am fading.
Because her voice was hoarse, Ashley had decided to lip sync a tape recording of her song. But when the wrong song came up, she did an awkward little dance. She looked confused, not sure what to do. Then, flustered, she walked off the set. Everyone on the show was stunned, including Lorne Michaels, who told us he didn't know she was planning to lip sync. No one ever said the words to you,
No.
Can we lip sync?
Oh, absolutely not.
What can I say? Live TV.
Exactly. I feel so bad my band started playing the wrong song.
My
You
band
know, she
started
said
playing the wrong song.
she said that her band.
Yes.
I didn't see her bass player basing one of her.
At all.
You ever get
It's one thing to be like, you know what, I feel like shit, and I didn't feel like my voice was up to it. I didn't want to cancel, so I'm here putting on a show, and we fucked up.
Right.
Throw your
it.
band under the bus, though. Come on, man.
Exactly.
it was in their contract? Like, if I were ever to fuck up, y'all taking the blame, and they signed
The
it.
fine print.
Yeah.
My voice is fucked up right now. In case you can't fucking tell, I'm here.
Well, apparently she couldn't sing, but
Well, there's never going to be a Rob 2.0. It's only you on there.
Yeah.
always. So it's only one Rob.
Yeah, considering I'm not having children, yeah, this is it. So the rest of the world is safe from having to deal with me again.
See, the thing, I don't know. I really don't like her. Like, so Rob, you remember a couple years ago when we were asked if you could punch any celebrity in the face, who would it be? She would definitely make my top 5.
Yeah.
She would definitely make my top 5. I could never get behind her. I don't like it. I don't like her. I can't do it. And I remember when that came out, and whenever I was trying to say like, okay, like music fails, like what can I find on music fails? That was my first like, hey, I remember this, and they talked about it on 60 Seconds, so I pulled the 60 Seconds clip. 60 minutes.
But you ever get so embarrassed for the person that you start feeling embarrassing? You're embarrassed yourself.
Yes, I have had that happen.
That's kind of like that. That clip does that to me. Like, I feel so bad, but in a sec I don't. But I just feel bad for myself that I have to watch it and feel embarrassed. You know,
It's not that you feel bad for the person; it's you feel bad for yourself that you just had to witness that
I
atrocity.
was like, my eyes were trying to close and not see it. But it's like,
Dylan
like an
brought up a good point here. At least they weren't guitar faking. Yes.
yeah, good point, Mr. Rogers.
You call him Mr. Rogers.
Wow.
Oh my God, Dylan! I'm forever going to be calling you Mr. Rogers.
Wow.
I was trying to be polite in my southern charm, but y'all are taking it as the Floridans that y'all are. And
Not a
Oh,
Floridian.
we got called Floridian. Well, she's not Floridian.
I'm not.
yeah, that's true. You're adopted.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
adopted.
You're adopted. That's even worse. You decided to move to Florida.
And I don't know if it makes any difference. I was born in Kentucky.
Okay.
So, but I've been here since I was 2, so
I'll give you that one.
yeah.
You let me slide with the ketchup. I'll let you slide with that one. All right.
Says it's better than Matt Dillon.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, so this is something that I was actually sent a message on just like while I was playing that last clip.
Mhm.
For something for us to bring up. But you guys are going to have to check your messages to see what it is, to see if we want to bring this up.
Okay.
If it's something you want to talk about.
No.
Yeah, that's
I
kind
agree
of
with that.
No. Mm-mm.
I agree with that. Sorry, Sam. If you're watching. Sorry, Sam.
Now, if we had a PayPal account, if you want to slip Knox plan,
You're right. So let me ask you guys this: have you ever been to a live show? Since you were talking, Grover, about that moment where you see something that's like seriously embarrassing, and then you're like, oh, and then you feel like you're embarrassed because this embarrassing thing happened. Have you ever been to like a live show where something like that has happened, where you witnessed something that you went, oh, and then it made you feel like, oh, for yourself? Have you guys ever been to a live show or anything like that where something's happened that made you go,
Absolutely.
yeah? Do you remember what it was?
Go ahead, Rob. Yeah.
Bands losing time all the fucking time.
Oh yeah. No, you're right. You're right. I didn't even think of that.
It's you really hate it for the guys, but like just whenever shit gets off time and it's too noticeable. It's one thing if a guitarist kind of fucks up a little bit and plays the wrong chord. Nobody really notices that. Not really. But whenever the band just completely loses time and everybody's looking at each other like, hey, what's going on? What's going on? That's just.
Yeah. I felt bad for one of my rock heroes, Dave Mustaine, and I saw Megadeth a month ago, and
Who? I'm kidding.
Don't give me that talent. He messed up his solo, and it was obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was just looking, and he just looked up, looked down, you like, and his band was just, okay, we're not gonna look his way, trying to be professional about it, but yeah, it was obvious that he fucked it.
Another instance I just thought of. I went to see Garth Brooks a couple of years ago, and you know how he has the third verse on the Thunder Rolls. Thunder Rolls, right? Yeah.
Friends in on both.
Friends in Low Places. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of Friends
both.
in Low Places. Yes, thank you. I'm thinking of Friends in Low Places. He fucked up the third verse. He repeated the second verse on what was supposed to be the third verse. and I've seen videos of James Hetfield do that shit all the time.
Oh yeah.
Like fuck up the lyrics and sing certain parts in the wrong parts. There was something else I can't think of right now.
Blame it all on his roots, Dylan says. No.
Here's something cringeworthy that I'm talking about. That I can't. What is that dude? You guys, I'm sure you guys have both seen the video. The guy, he's kind of in his late 40s, famous actor. He's playing like a purple guitar, and like he thinks he's playing, solo, but he's not really playing.
Oh, Freeman.
Yeah, what's
Corey Feldman.
Corey Freeman?
Freeman or Feldman or something like that.
Yeah, well, whatever the hell his name is, it is so awkward. Like he's all like,
when you think you're the main character.
Yeah. He thinks he's the main character, and he's like way down on the bill.
Yeah,
like he really thinks he's getting it. And it's like, dude, you're not really doing anything.
Right.
He is moving. I won't give him. He is moving his right hand very quickly, right? But this is the equivalent.
Down the guitar shaft on there.
Yeah. I'm gonna get this canceled.
Well, that would only be like number 9,226 time that we've been canceled. Dylan says it's horrible. Then he had Fred come out to try to do damage control.
That's right. He opened up for them. Limp Bizkit.
Yeah. Yep.
He's just an attraction, Yeah, you're gonna go. You're there 100% to see Limp Bizkit, and then he's just he's that open comedian, who's maybe not as funny as the main opener, and you just at least get a laugh or two, and then ready for the.
Hey, Jade, you're muted.
Oh, my bad. So there was a thing. I saw it. It was a docuseries that I was watching about Hollywood true crime, something or another, and it was about Drew Carey's ex-fiance, Amy Cartwright, something. It was Drew Carey's ex-fiance. She dated this dude who I guess thought cringeworthy moments. It was this guy who thought that he was bigger than he was. He was a photographer for all different types of celebrities, people, whatever. He was well known in the photographer realm of celebrities, but he also thought that he was a lot more talented in other areas than he, really was. So he went. They showed a clip of him going on stage to do his comedy routine, and they showed a clip of him doing said comedy routine, trying to break into stand-up comedy. And it was one of those things that he cracks a joke and then he went, ha, 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 and he looks at the judges and looks at the crowd, and it's like crickets. And the judges just kind of looked at each other and went, like, made that face. And you were kind of like, oh, it's like you could feel how he felt, but he just kind of went, and then went on to the next joke, same thing. And then he went on to the next joke, same thing. And it's like one of those, you see it and you can go, ooh, and then you're embarrassed by proxy. Yeah. And I can't remember his name, but it was Drew Carey's ex-fiance. And turns out the comedy dude was the one who ended up murdering her.
Ooh, so. That's a bad joke.
Yeah. But yeah,
it's the killing joke.
Yeah.
Hey, I see what you did there, Rob. Look at you. You should be a stand-up comedian. Look at you.
No. I had the somewhat pleasure of seeing the dude that was on Full House.
Bob Saget?
Bob Saget, thank you.
You're welcome.
And the first 5 minutes in, it was hilarious. But after a while, it got apparent that he was kind of doing the same thing over and over and over again. Like, that guy over there, he's so fucked up. He's fucked. It was that kind of thing over and over, and it got old real quick.
You know who I will say never got old every time he went on stage? Robin Williams. I could watch his stand-ups all day.
He's a good improviser. for sure.
Very good.
Yes, definitely.
Very, very good improviser.
That whole bit about golf.
Yes.
You gonna do it once? No, 18 times.
He was the best at what he did. He like seriously was the best at what he did. There was who was that? There was a guy that everybody claimed he would steal his material from other stand-up comedians.
Dane Cook.
No, well, besides Dane Cook, it was another dude. He tried to be the next George Lopez.
Mm.
Mencia.
Yeah, Carlos Mencia.
Mencia.
That's who it was, Carlos Mencia. He had a stand-up routine that was recorded that was actually pretty funny. But you'd watch it the first time and you would get a couple laughs at a few of the jokes. But then after a minute, you're like, wait a minute, where did I hear that before? I heard that from somewhere. And he would take the material and kind of twist it and make it like try to make it his own, but same concept. But you could tell to where the first time listening to it, you don't really pay attention. You're just trying to, look for the laughs and, laugh. And you watch it a second time around and you go, I heard that from somewhere. Where did I hear that from?
I heard Amy Schumer was pretty bad at that.
Yeah.
He got caught.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. When you're trying to keep your name in the lights, the pressure is on you, so.
But then again, how many times have we all done that in music? Almost damn near ripping off songs, but twisting it just a little bit.
Call it influence.
But we call it influence. Oh, it's influence. I was playing just a couple of days ago, and I'm sitting there banging it out, and I'm playing this riff. I'm like, oh, this is cool. And then I realized that I was accidentally playing Deftones Change House of Flies. And that shit, I've done that so many times. Sitting there playing a song, I'm like, oh, this is really cool. And oh, wait, no, this is somebody else's shit.
Hard, man. So much music out there. And if you don't get it out, at least in the very beginning or be first, you're always going to fall under that. It's like, there was these two dudes, and this is maybe about 8 years ago, this story, but they try to copyright every single chord that you can play. Like C chords, they try to copyright it that way.
Wow.
You have to pay them to play those notes. Yeah, they almost got away with it. But yeah, intellectual, I forgot what they
intellectual property.
Yeah,
yeah.
But
there was a band back home in North Carolina that got kind of popular, and what they were doing were they would find bands in other countries that a lot of people haven't heard of, but that were big in other countries. They would find those bands and take their music and then make it kind of theirs and go out and play it. And eventually one of those bands that they were trying to copy was Dropkick. And so they just so happened to be playing a show with a bunch of Dropkick Murphys fans that were like the underground Dropkick Murphys fans, and they got booed off stage. And then people started listening to their songs and was like, wait a minute. And then piecing together, like, this came from Flogging Molly, and this came from, other like punk bands that they were trying to imitate, and they were just changing the lyrics, but the music was the same.
Some people are just too educated in music for you to. It just takes a few people to, especially with today's technology, check out this riff compared to this band's riff, and it'll cause a firestorm of, oh, you fakers. But
100%.
In my personal world of electronic music, I see that is really bad. I see someone steal like samples and the bass lines, and there's some YouTubers who put tutorials out on how to create certain styles of music, and they'll put their like a general song they curated just for the purpose of learning.
Right.
Some people will steal that and make it their own.
Yeah.
And so it's like you have to have people really catch it for you. It's hard for you unless you're a DJ who's looking
Yes.
for music constantly.
Right.
But if you're a producer, songwriter, what have you, you're hardly probably not gonna know.
Right.
You know.
And one of the things is there's big name celebrities that have done that and have gotten away with it. Like I saw a video a couple days ago where a guy he makes these videos where he finds popular songs and then he takes it back to see if it was taken from somewhere else. And I think I don't know how you say her name, Dua Lipa,
You look at, oh, I
yeah.
saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like she took a song from like the 40s and made it into her song that is now very popular. And I can't remember which one it was now to save my life. There was one that Beyonce did that came from like a 1930s girl group. And there's like a lot of celebrities that have just kind of found this music from a band from way back when, and nobody knows about them because here we are in 2024, and the type of generation that they're appealing to as Beyonce, as Dua Lipa, whatever, the type of audience that they have that they've generated don't know who these bands are from the
Right.
20s, the 30s, the 40s, so they can get away with it, like, to an extent. But this guy, he like makes it his mission, and he creates these videos, and he's like, "You love this song? This is where it came from. You
Right.
love this song? This
So,
is the original." It was "Single Ladies," "The Single Ladies" by Beyonce. I remember it was "Single Ladies" by Beyonce.
all the
Came from.
music nowadays
Mhm.
is, you could say, stolen. I mean, it's.
Yeah.
I know there's some law. There's a 50-year period where you can copyright your music as a songwriter. After 50 years, it's out there for people to use
Yeah.
as far as that goes. But if you ever know somebody, Rick Beato, I don't know if you heard of. He's a huge YouTuber that does music. He's producer, songwriter, but he dissects songs and stuff like that. Speaking of Dua Lipa, I can't pronounce her name for shit.
Yeah, I can't either.
She has like 6, 7 songs that blatantly stole the riffs, the beat. I mean, even the way she sings the song
Yes.
is the same cadence as those other the original artists, but they can't sue her because they just did just enough to change the song.
Yep.
And get away with it.
Yep.
So yeah,
But
lazy
Yeah.
ass songwriting people, I swear.
100%. But you know what? That's even a better reason to go check out local and unsigned artists.
There you go.
Oh, and it even happened to our buddies here in Tallahassee. Your captain speaking.
Mhm.
Somebody fucking lifted their shit. They like changed the pitch of the song, and I want to say even stretched it out a little bit, and uploaded it to Spotify or whatever the hell it was, pawned it off as their own shit, and got fucking thousands of listens, whatever views, listens, whatever the terminology is. I want to say, and it's like you said, Grover. Our captain speaking, they didn't find it themselves. It was like the vocalist's mother or somebody that was like, "Hey, this
Mhm.
this is your shit. What happened? What is this?"
Right, like I think if I remember correctly, it was like, "Did you sell this song to this other band?"
Yeah.
Was like
So
how it was approached. Yeah.
yeah, I don't really remember the details, but yeah, it happened to our buddies. Your captain speaking.
That sucks. The best you can do is protect yourself. You join your local music, I guess, union, what have you. Copyright it. Just make sure your distributor has its barcode, or there's only so much you can do as an independent artist starting out as well. You just gotta part of it. You want to be the best musician out there. You want to write the best music. But part of the thing that a lot of people don't work on is the business side of it. You got to learn your what shit's out there. What can hurt you, what can help you. That's if you're being serious. You know, if you want to make it
Right.
a career. But
Right.
yeah, definitely you got to look into the business side of it on their side.
I think one of the most famous cases of what we're talking about is fucking Queen ripping off, or excuse me, Vanilla Ice ripping off Queen.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
total. Yeah, and David Bowie. And
Yeah.
David Bowie. Yeah.
That's another one. Yeah, absolutely. It happens. And it's, look, like I said, go check out local bands. You'll hear all original stuff. Unless
Um,
they, and the good thing is too is about local bands, they'll say, hey, here's a cover of,
yeah.
if they do covers, but they have their originals. You want to hear the real shit? Go listen to, go support local bands. Go to a venue.
I
Pay
love it
for
when I hear and I say young generation because I'm in my late 40s, but the teens and early 20-year-olds, man, did you hear this song? This song, yeah. And you hear it, oh, that's from the 80s. No, they know this song. This is there. No,
Yep.
and being the music scholar that I am sometimes, no, here it is.
I will say I am very proud with Isaiah because he will listen to a song because I overheard him. He was talking to some of his buddies on the Xbox and he plays music while he games and talks to his buddies. And I guess they said something about a song he was listening to and they're like, "Oh man, that's an awesome song that just came out," because it's their first time hearing it like a week ago. They think it's a new song and he's like, "Bro, that's AC/DC, Back in
Just
Black,"
about a
you know.
month ago, a friend of mine sent me a text. Hey Rob, check out this awesome new fucking Creed song. And I'm like, new Creed. I thought I heard they were back together and shit, but I didn't know they put out new music. So I checked out the link. It was, I can't remember which song it was now. What if it was fucking What If
Oh wow.
from like 1999?
Yeah. Yeah, that's old school Creed. Kind of old school Creed. I used to love that album.
Oh, Human Clay. That was a banger.
It was.
Yeah, their first three, My Own Prison, Human Clay, and Weather. Wait, I said Weather. Anyways, their first three albums I loved. Huge fan.
Yeah. I liked him. I liked him a lot. And then you would see videos of Scott Stapp wasted on stage. Same thing with Puddle of Mud. Like Puddle of Mud was really big, and then you realize that Scott was a complete douche, But
That dude needs help.
I will say the worst celebrity that I ever saw, I went to go see Static X at Jester's Pub. I was like 16 at the time, 15, 16 at the time. Went to go see Static X, and they had Don Vito, Bam Margera, and Ryan Dunn at the venue. And they were, of course, sitting up in like, VIP section or whatever. Bam Margera is hands down the biggest asshole that you will ever meet, ever. Like the biggest asshole. Don Vito is just obnoxious and just belligerent and stupid, and Ryan Dunn is the biggest sweetheart you will ever meet.
Definitely would have.
Huh?
I said would have.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to Static X was the biggest douche. I was like,
oh
yeah, no, I was going to say Wayne. No.
No, they were very nice. They actually took the time to be like, "Hey guys," and meet the fans. They were very nice.
I got to be backstage while they were playing on the side of the stage, like behind the curtain, while they were playing.
Oh, that's cool.
That is pretty cool. That is pretty awesome. Yeah, I saw a lot of really, really cool bands that came through Jester's before Jester shut down. Ivan Moody, he was a dick.
Yeah,
I'm sure he was a dick. He wouldn't take if you were like the security guard that was there, Jack dude. He was like, "Yeah, man, what's up? Hell yeah," But then like anybody else, like if you weren't like a really like jacked dude or in a position of, hey, like you're protecting me kind of thing, like he's getting something from you, he wanted nothing to do with you. He was a dick. And then you see all these videos where he like brings kids up on stage and he's like, "Yeah, shred this guitar, or sing this song," and now, but back then, he was a complete jerk. back then.
Yeah. Saw them when they were not big at a festival, and he seemed a little arrogant still. Maybe that's just him. And then saw him at a huge festival, and he brought up a kid, to sing a song. Yeah.
PR. It's all about that PR. I bet you his manager's like, look, you need to like fix your rap, bro. So this is what we can do. Everybody loves kids. Be nice to the kids. Fix your rap.
Love the kids.
You're right. Oh
It
man.
was one of the bands that the military loved for sure, I guess, because they went to go play a lot, which is cool.
Five Finger Death Punch, yeah.
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 I'm gonna go
I don't know.
tomorrow.
I
I'm
don't
gonna go see Ginger and Bono Osiris. Yeah, tomorrow evening.
Nice. Take video. Let us
Yeah,
know
I'm
how
gonna
it
go
goes.
live.
You're gonna go see Ginger tomorrow?
Yeah.
Say what?
I forgot there's 3 bands. I forgot the opening one.
They don't matter.
Some of the opening bands, I was surprised. They kicked some ass. It's just they got to get out there. But yeah, I feel bad. I don't know the first band for shit. But Born of Osiris is one of my favorites. They changed a lot music wise. It's still there, but I think they're just like a small 3-piece now, if I'm not mistaken. But Ginger's Ginger. That's my future wife, even though she's married. And hopefully I get a nice, good picture. I know y'all can't see her, but I have a picture that I took. She's up there. Put it in a portrait.
Tatiana Shamaluk.
It's Tatiana Salinas. Get it right.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
You have to get that last name right.
That'll never happen.
So hopefully, in our next episode, we'll be able to get Falling in Place rebooked. If not, any bands who are watching or stumble across us, if you want to be on Off the Record, make sure you let us know. Please and thank you. It would be appreciated.
Yeah. Looking to see new acts. Even if you're brand new, you established. Yeah, hit us up. We love to learn about you and spread the word about you.
Absolutely. Support. So before we head out, make sure you guys check out the different nonprofits that they have for the people who were affected by Hurricane Helene that came through. And if you can donate anything, even just $5, it would be helpful. So make sure you support your communities too. That's what we're all about. Music, community, family.
Exactly.
Go support. Spread the love. So until next time, Rob.
Off the Record Podcast.